Hello everybody. This is our lecture series on how to create three-dimensional drawings of robots using the robot design principles that we've outlined for the piston robot. You can see here our initial screen that we're starting with is a screen in the drawing program named SketchUp. We're using SketchUp Pro 2015, and we're starting out with a completely blank screen just to show you what the drawing space will look like. We have truncated the size of the space so that we can maintain a focus on what we're trying to point out. As we look at this drawing space, we can see that there are three axes in the space. This icon is the camera view icon, so we are tilting the space around just to show you how the axes move. When we tilt it, technically we're actually moving the camera. The space is not tilting. We'll get back to this distinction later. You can see that we have as our convention to use the blue axis as our vertical up and down axis, the green axis as our left to right motion axis, and the red axis as our front to back axis. We are demonstrating to you how to create a robot using the design principles connected to PistonRobot. We've called this robot Little Robot because we don't want it to be very complicated. We do want you to see, if you use the principles associated with our drawing conventions, that you can actually make a fairly complex robot. This is what we call Big Robot or Piston Robot. You can see that this is a fairly complex structure with lots of parts. There are some informational items that we can show you about this robot. It has 677,000 edges and 306,000 faces. It has 5,458 groups. We also have in SketchUp an outliner which allows us to have a demonstration of all of the different groups and parts that are inside the robot, and you can see just how many structures are in the robot. This outliner can be helpful in trying to find parts. For example, some of the parts have been labeled. If we type in the word foot, the outliner will go and grab for us all of the groups who have names where the word foot is in the name. We can take this outliner and shrink it and just, for example, go to look at the left foot. If we touch left foot, all parts, the computer program will go down through the entire robot and show us the left foot. we can actually ask the program if we want to, only to show what we want to look at. And now you can see that we're just simply looking at the left foot. This is the advantage of the outliner. We can take the outliner all the way back up to the top of the outliner list, and it will show us all the parts in the robot. We will bring to your attention there's a possibility our computer may have a little blue alien living inside the computer. We asked him if he would help us to show you the name of the next video in our series about PistonRobot, and he said, sure.